Hi, welcome to my new unit on quadratic word problems. And I'll start off with the word problems on integers. Let's do some examples and then I got some more for you to practice on. One integer is 9 less than twice the other integer. Find their products. If their product is 81, find the integers. So we have two integers, so we're going to let x be one of the integers. And it says that one integer is 9 less than twice the other. So we're going to let 9 less than twice the other. So that's 2x minus 9 less than, to reverse the order. So let 2x minus 9 be the other integer. And that's just an integer there. Okay, and that's the relationship between the two. If their product is 81, find the integers. The product is a multiply. So product P is x times 2x minus 9. But it says that their product is 81. So that means x times 2x minus 9 is equal to 81. So we simplify the right side. X times 2x squared minus x times 9, negative 9x equals 81. And we move the 81 over to the left side to make it a minus 81. And now we can, if you can't find the factors, remember the product is a times c, so the product is a negative 162, and the sum is a negative 9. So you might find that trying to find all those factors to work this out might be a little bit more difficult. So what I do is that I go to the quadratic formula. A is 2, B is negative 9, C is negative 81. So x equals negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And so b is negative 9, so it's the negative of a negative 9, plus or minus negative 9 squared minus 4. A is 2. C is negative 81 all over 2 times a, which is a is 2, so it's 2 times 2. So that gives me a 9. Negative of a negative is positive. And without working all this out, let's take the 81 and go negative, put it in the calculator, negative 9 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 81, and that comes out, when you work it all out, to 729. Much easier to do that. Plug it in the calculator. Bracket, negative 9, bracket squared, negative 4 times 2 times negative 81. Perfect. And the square root of 729 becomes 27. Again, use your calculator. Square root of 729 is 27. So that gives us 9 plus 27 over 4, or 9 minus 27 over 4. And 9 plus 27 is 36 over 4, which is 9. And 9 subtract 27 is negative 18 over 4, which is negative 9 over 2. And notice we're looking for integers. So there's two numbers that will give us this, but the one we want is the integer. So we're going to pick the 9, and we're not picking the negative 9 over 2 because it's not an integer. We only want the integers. So if one number, if x is 9, then the other number is 2x minus 9. So 2x minus 9 is 2 times 9 minus 9, which is 18 minus 9, which is 9. So the integers that satisfy this problem are 9 and 9. Again, we can't use negative 9 over 2 because it's an irrational number, it's not an integer. Okay, let's try another one. The sum of the squares of two odd integers is 130. Find the integers. Notice what we have. The sum of the squares, but we have two odd integers. Let's check just for practice. If I said 3, 4, 5, they would be consecutive. Two odd integers. So let's look at, say, odd is 3 and 5, and 7. Even is 4, 6, and 8. Notice that consecutive, if you say this one is x, add on 1, this one is x, add on 2. Consecutive odd, if 3 is x, 5 is x plus 2, 7 is x plus 4. If you have consecutive even, x, x plus 2, and x plus 4. So notice the two of these are the same expressions, but this starts off with an odd and you add 2. This one starts off an even and you add 2. So there's the sum of two odd integers is 130. And let's say they're going to be consecutive, and we would have let x be the first integer, and we'll let consecutive odd, or x plus 2, be the second integer. And it says the sum of the squares, so x squared, x plus 2 squared is equal to 130. X squared, and we take x plus 2 times x plus 2. When we square it, we multiply it by itself by FOIL. And that gives us x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4. Remember, you're doing FOIL, so it's first, outside, inside, last. Simplify, you get 2x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals 130. And now we move the 130 to the left side and make it a negative 130. So we get 2x squared plus 4x minus 126 equals 0. And we have an equation equal to 0. 2 is the GCF, so I'm going to divide every term by 2. If you divide every term by 2 because you have an equation, you get x squared plus 2x minus 63 equals 0. And what's the factors of 60? Product is negative 63. The sum is 2. And 7 nines are 63. 7 times 9 is 63. And the product is negative, so one got to be plus and one got to be minus. Since the sum is plus, we'd have a minus 7 and a plus 9. So it's easy to factor. X squared is x and x, because the a is 1. When the a is 1, you can go x, and we have a negative 7 plus 9. Multiply, negative 63. Add, plus 2. So we got x minus 7 equals 0, or x plus 9 equals 0. So that means x is equal to 7, or x is equal to negative 9. So that's what x is. But now we have to go back and say, well, if x is 7, we have to check with x plus 2. So that's 7 plus 2 gives us 9. And also, if x is negative 9, we also have to do the second one, which is x plus 2. Negative 9 plus 2 is negative 7. So the integers, solutions to this problem, the integers are 7 and 9, they go together, or negative 9, negative 7, they go together. There's two of these pairs. Whoop, make that a 7, better be careful. So the positive ones and the negative ones. So these two pairs work here. And notice this works best if I wrote in sum of the squares of 2, and if I wrote in consecutive following each other. Okay, those are done. And I have a couple for practice, and practice means pause your video and work these out to see if you get the answers. Here we go. The sum of two integers is 12. Their product is 32. Find the integers. And for sum, we let x be one integer and let 12 minus x be the other integer. And with sum, we practiced that when we did the word problems on linears. Check it back on the section on solving linear word problems. Check it back because it's what you learned back in that unit. It also comes back to help you out here. And just to make sure, if I have a 2 and the sum is 12, then 2 plus 10 makes 12. So if we start with 2, the pen ran out. If we start with 2, then if we take 2 and go 12 minus 2, we'll get a 10. So if we have a 6 number, so 12 minus 6 gives you 6. So notice when you have a sum, one number is x, the other one is 12 minus x. We subtract. So if I give you an 8, you would say 12 minus 8 is 4. So it's x and 12 minus x, very important. The product is 32. So the product is x times 12 minus x equals 32. Product, multiply these two expressions together, equals 32. So that gives us 12x minus x squared equals 32. Negative x squared plus 12x minus 32 equals 0. I'm going to divide by negative 1. So I get an x squared minus 12x plus 32 equals 0. I can multiply by negative 1 or divide by negative 1. So negative 1 times all of these terms will give me positive, negative, positive, and negative 1 times 0 is 0. Now we have a factor, so we have a 1x squared. Again, the factoring is easy when you have a 1x squared, so it's x times x. The product is 32, which is here. The sum is negative 12. And the factors of 32 to give you 12, well, I see a 4 times 8. But the product is positive, so it has to be two negatives. So it's a negative 4 and a negative 8. Multiply 32, add negative 12. So x minus 4 is equal to 0. X minus 8 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 4, or x is equal to 8. Now, since we have x is equal to 4, we have to find what the other number is. 4 is one number, so the other number is 12 minus x. So that's 12 minus 4 gives us 8. And if the other number is 8, then 12 minus x is going to give me what pairs with 8. So 12 minus 8 is 4. So the integers, if you notice, this time I have a 4 and an 8 and an 8 and a 4. So they're the same, not like the first one we did. So the integers are 4 and 8. So 4 and 8, to check it, 4 plus 8 is 12. 4 times 8 is 32. So that makes sense. But notice these two sets are the same. Even though I have two values of x, both of them work out to give me the same set of integers. Number 2, the sum of the squares of 3 consecutive integers is 110. Again, consecutive integers. Consecutive integers, what I do is I got a 5, a 6, and a 7. They're consecutive. So I say if that's x plus 1, and that's x plus 2. So when I write down the integers, then I know how to define. So we let x be the first, I'm just going to say consecutive like that, consecutive integer. And we let x plus 1 be the second consecutive integer. And we let x plus 2 be the third consecutive integer. And you have to write these statements down. If you don't, Your teachers will deduct marks, but just check with your teacher. And then it says these are all the integers, x, x plus 1, x plus 2, the sum of their squares. So the sum is add, so the sum of their squares, so it's x squared, add on x plus 1 squared, add on x plus 2 squared is equal to 110. So that's the equation. So now we have to simplify the equation. X being squared is x squared, and we have x plus 1 multiplied. X plus 2 squared is x plus 2 times x plus 2. That gives us x squared. And FOIL on this is x squared plus 1x plus 1x plus 1. FOIL on this one is x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4, 110. Now we got to simplify all this, so let's look at the x squared. So I got x squared, x squared, x squared. I could group them together, but I save time. So that's 3x squared. I got 1x, that's 1, 1, 2, and 2, so that's a 6x. I got a 1 and a 4 makes 5. So I have the left side simplified. Now I bring 110 over and make it a minus 110 equals 0. 3x squared plus 6x minus 105 equals 0. Again, we have it equal to 0. We have a 3 is a factor. Notice the digits add up to 1 plus 0 plus 1. The digits adds up to 6. If the digits adds up to be a multiple of 3, therefore it's divisible by 3. And take your calculator and go 105 divided by 3 and you'll get 35. So let's divide all the terms by 3. And we get x squared plus 2x minus 35 equals 0. And again, good factoring here because we got a 1x squared. The product is negative 35. The sum is plus 2. So it's x and x. Factors the 35 to give you 2. I see a 7 and a 5. Product is negative. Sum is positive. So it's a positive 7, negative 5. So we have x plus 7 equals 0. X minus 5 equals 0. So x is negative 7 or x is positive 5. And we have to check them all out now. So we got x is negative 7. So what is x plus 1? We got to go back and find each one. So we add 1 on. We get a negative 6. We got an x plus 2. So negative 7 plus 2 is negative 5. So we have the one set, negative 7, negative 6, negative 5. Now when we have x is equal to 5, we have to check out the 5 now. So x plus 1 is 5 plus 1, which is 6. And x plus 2 is 5 plus 2, which is 7. Just make sure you see that. So adding 1 on, you get x plus 1 is 6, and 5 plus 2 is 7. So we have two sets. So in this case, the integers are negative 7, negative 6, negative 5. Or we could also have 5, 6, and 7. So there's two sets of integers that will obey. So if you square each of these numbers and add them up, you should get 110. And if you square all these negatives, you should get the same answer, because when you square a negative, it becomes a positive. So that's solving quadratic word problems dealing with the integers. And more word problems to come on different, we're going to have them on area, we're going to have them on different ones, right triangles, etc., and fractions. If you liked my video, click the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Visit my website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. And that's the content that's on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.